Hi everyone and welcome to Caravel Gaming. Merry Christmas to all of you, or if you're watching this a little bit later, I hope you had a Merry Christmas or maybe even Happy New Year. I am Boomer and we are going to be playing in the Hex VIP sealed event for December. This is going to be the first time that we've featured a sealed event on Caravel Gaming. For those of you who are Hearthstone players, you will probably be a little bit more familiar with this type of tournament. Basically, it's you're given the cards, you build a deck, and we see how he goes. I've got the reward structure on the right. This tournament is fairly expensive to enter. All sealed tournaments are fairly expensive to enter. It's 1400 platinum, or if you have the boosters, it's 200 platinum and 6 boosters, which is a pretty hefty investment, it has to be said. But you get the contents of the 6 packs, so that automatically gets you some of your cash back. And also, if you look at what we have on the right hand side of the screen, which is the rewards, the Menacing, Gralks and Xentoth Inquisitor are both alternate art, so they go for about 1000 platinum each anyway. And the booster packs are fairly generous as well. You get 2, I think, just for participating in the event. So we're looking for sort of 2 wins will get us a pretty substantial profit out of the event. So I'm hoping to at least get to that area. I'd be disappointed if I didn't get there, but it's sealed. You could just end up with a really bad pool. If I do end up with an absolutely terrible pool, if I go 0-3, I will simply just not do the tournament at that point, but I'll simply drop from the tournament at that point. But here we go. We should be beginning to draft our decks. Well, not draft our decks, but we should be beginning to build our decks very shortly. Plenty of players I recognise here. G Prime, No Nonsense I recognise. I think Future's in this event as well. There's quite a few. This is going to be a tough tournament, or at least I believe this is going to be a tough tournament. The reason for that being that everyone who's in this event is a VIP club member, which means they have invested into the game to the point where they put VIP. So there's going to be almost no casuals whatsoever in this event. So I think this is going to be pretty rough overall. So hopefully we should be getting to open our pack shortly. Maybe. Now, this is one of the reasons why I decided not to stream it. First of all, Hex is really not the best game to stream anyway, due to the fact it has a little bit of problem. You know, due to the fact that sometimes it has a little bit of problems. It looks like we're already having a few problems. Ah, we're in deck building. Good. Right, so let's have a look at what we have. We have a succulent Cluckadon. Wonderful. Now, I think that we have some issues in that I think that Humans is by far the best deck. It certainly was in triple. It certainly was in triple event. Or triple Shattered Destiny. So we'll see what we've got here. I'm going to sort by rarity just so we can see if I've got anything bomb style that'd let me want to get in. And the answer to that is, well, Darkspire Tyrant is pretty good. The thing that affects me the most at this point is this is currently going for about 700 platinum on the exchange, so I'll probably be chucking this at the end of the tournament. War Prodigy says human. Lord Adams says human. Fisher Smith is pretty good. Inferno is random and not very good. So it looks like we've got quite a few humans going here. We've got Town Crier, which is important if you're trying to build a human deck. Time Wave is a sort of tempo card. Did we get anything else that looked... We got an Electroid, so we could potentially go something like Dwarves. That might be a possibility. 2 Ridge Raiders, an Arena Brawler, an Arena Regular, a Maniacal Entrepreneur. Got a Crackling Bolt as well. So we've definitely got the potential here to come up with a really fast Orc deck. I'll put it in colour order so that we can see what's going on here. So now we see that, yeah, because I've also got the Darkspire Tyrant, so obviously I've got a lot. In humans, I also have a Buccaneer, so this could be difficult to come up with. Let's see what we've got. What have I got in blood? I have a Brood Missionary, a Crackling Rot, Skullcaster, which is also an Orc, Darkspire Tyrant, Hogtepe's Thirst, which is really good, Mazat Spearman, which is meh, Neophyte, which is pretty bad, 2 Murders, that's really good, 2 Tormented Ritualists, that's also really good, Wakasashi Ambusher is really good removal, and a Terrible Transfer. Wow. My blood looks pretty good, but then again I'm looking at my humans, and my humans look really good as well. I've got Cannon Volley and Ruby as well. So what have I got in humans? I have an Augmented Awakening, which is okay, a Bastion of Admanth, which is really good. Dragon Guard Stalwart, which is rubbish. No. A Royal Herald, which is pretty good. Starfire Totemist, which is a 2-2. No, it's a 1-2 for 2, is it? Yeah, it's meh. Vanguard is fine. War Prodigy is obviously good. Lord Adam is good. Noble Citizenry is really good. Repel. Oh, this is going to be hard. Right, so I'm either going... I'm definitely going Ruby. That is definitely one colour I am going. So... we'll play him. What is he? Is he an Orc? No, he's a Dwarf. Okay. I am definitely going Ruby. So, let's just put some of the Ruby cards in here, which I think would be playable, and then we'll see what else we've got. Okay, so first off, let's go human. Let's see what we've got in the human form. Tell you what, I might have the look of a... We'll come around to that in a bit. I think Reactor Bot's playable on its own. There are a few of these which are playable on their own anyway. It's like Indicopter Bot's fine. So if I want to go human, what do I have? I have a Mirror Magi, which is fine. I have a Murmur from the Void, which is fine. A Messenger, which is fine. Time Wave Magistrate. Town Crier. Buccaneer is fine. And then I could go... Oh, I've got double Royal Herald. That's really important if I'm going to do that. Bastion, which is obviously good. Vanguard, War Prodigy, Lord Adam, Noble Clerks, Shield Bearer. So I've got 26 playables. Let's have a look at the cost here. I wouldn't be play... I'd play Arena Regular because that thing's nuts anyway. I probably would not play Wrathseeker, and I would not play Ridge Raiders because I don't have enough Orcs. I need the human synergy. That looks fairly strong. Now, there's no doubt about it, that looks fairly strong. Good curve, definitely a good cheap curve on it. It's got a couple of really big bomb spells, which I like as well. So, what do I gain if I go Orcs? Well, I obviously am not playing these if I go Orcs. So... not playing them if I go Orcs, not playing that, not playing that. Okay, so if I go Orcs, what do I have? I would probably play Reactor Bot just because it's beat down anyway. I would play Crackling Rot, Stunning. I will never get that right no matter how often I say it. Darkspire Tyrant I'm going to play anyway because it dies, it goes to the graveyard, so it counts itself, and it's a 6/3 for 5, so Thirst is fine, Murder's obviously good, Ritualist is obviously good, Ambush is good, TT is okay, and are we out of playables at this point? No, we've got the 2 Ridge Raiders, we've got the Wrathseeker. We've got the Fisher Smith, which we'd probably play. Wow, this is a really tough decision. Feed the Young Ones is playable, especially since I've got more Shinari. This is really tough. Wow, this is incredibly difficult. How many creatures have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh boy. I can't turn down all that human stuff though, can I? Surely. No, I can't turn down that human stuff. The Orc creatures are great, and you know what? I may even end up sideboarding into the Orc deck if I feel like it would be better than the human deck in a matchup, but so close because that deck's got so much removal. But then again, this deck's got a lot of it, and you know, just the curve into... What does this thing do again? Oh, it bounces... Oh, so this can bounce your Buccaneer. Oh, wow, I'll have that. Shield Trainer's obviously good against all the Zared type stuff. Town Crier and Noble Citizenry. Adam... Murmur, Bastion, Time Wave. Magi I'll probably not play because I don't have any creatures that are that high on the curve. Awakening's probably a sideboard card. Wow, this is really tough. This is really tough. Okay, so let's sort by cost. Actually, let's sort by type first. I want to make sure I'm not underdoing it on creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 19 creatures, 6 spells, so I can get rid of a couple of creatures. Wrathseeker is meh at best. I think Entrepreneur is probably a bit meh because I have just better stuff in that area. Am I playing too hard with my mana? I didn't get a single dual-coloured shard, which is a bit rough. I probably will want to play Immortal Tears if that's the case. In that case, I'll probably ditch. Out of all of these, it would probably be the Arena Brawler would be what I ditch. There's only one hero who you play as this type of deck, so it would be where is he? Sir Giles Rowan. That's the only one that you play. I'm mainly going to be Sapphire, Diamond. Am I? Let's have a look at the resources. Actually, I'm mainly going to be diamond, but I'm probably going to do something like... Probably going to do something like that for my mana base, which isn't great. I think the Orc deck has a... I think the Orc deck has a much better mana base. This is hard. As I say, one of the fun things you can do is you can actually sideboard into a second deck. Which actually with Giles Rowan is fine, because this would be an Orc deck, so it'd just be all my Orcs that get bigger, which is fine. I think I'd board into the Orc deck if I end up getting into a race against other humans decks. See, Indocopter bot is actually fine. But I don't think it's better than any of these cards. You know, this is a 2/3 flyer for 3. This is a 2/3 that, you know, this is a 2/3 that in the late game is a 4/5 that makes all your guys just beat sticks. This thing's really good. This thing is a one-sided beating. This thing will kill something early. This will kill something early. This will give me what I need to push through at the end of the game. This will let me bounce my Buccaneer or bounce my Noble Citizenry. What it will do as well. This will also reset. You know, let's say for example I need to reset my Royal Herald just to get more threshold of a certain colour. I can do that. So I actually think that that might be okay. It's giving me 41 cards. Why is it doing this? Take out the Arena Regular and put it back in. Hopefully that will fix it. Yeah, there we go. Always make sure you do a test draw first. That'd actually be... I would get away with that, I think. Yeah, it's fine. 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 Okay, so... I think we are going to go with that, and as a backup, we're going to basically have the... we're going to have the switch completely into a super control Orc deck. That's going to be the... You know, that's the secondary plan, shall we say. Don't know if it's going to work, but it's going to be fun to at least find out. So join me for round 1. Okay, so we are into round 1 and we're up against Etranek. Or a Trenank. And he wins the dice roll, gets to play. We're actually not going to be that unhappy about that, I don't think, just because our mana's a little bit shocking. So, but we are 3 colours. That's just what humans are going to be. I'll keep my opener. And we'll see what he's got on offer for us. I anticipate the seal format will be a little bit slower than the draft format, which is why I ummed and ahed for so long over the... Which is why I ummed and ahed for as long as I did about the choice whether to go Orcs or not. Okay, so he is Blood Ruby, so... I imagine we'll see quite a bit of this, because I can certainly see, you know, players prioritising removal, and that was close. Do I want to tunnel this yet? Sure. I'm tunneling it just because, number one, yeah, it's not going to trigger and destroy anything, but it does allow me to put some pressure on the board. And he makes a Gem Crazed Berserker, so he's definitely on the aggro plan. Has he speeded it? Or no, he's given it wings. Okay. Awesome. Now I've got a bit of a choice. I can bolt his guy, but I'm really not that worried about it. I'm actually going to make Shield Bearer, because Shield Trainer, because I think Shield Trainer is going to be a big time guy. Actually, oh, I've made a mistake already. I've already made a Ricket. Already made a Ricket. Never mind. I forgot about the charge on Crackling Bolt, so now I can do this without fear of getting blown out by anything. So yeah, I screwed up immediately there, but actually it didn't really matter because Fissure Smith isn't a human, so it actually went okay. And there's Mentor of the Flames, which pretty much screws up my whole board, but never mind. So now I've got to think a bit. Now I could draw 2, discard 2 with Town Crier, and it would be a 3/3. I actually think that's fine. Okay, and that means I can ditch that. I can definitely ditch that. Now what else do I want to ditch? Oh, that's really harsh. I think I have to ditch the Repel. Yeah. And I'm actually just going to skip my attack phase and leave it where we are. This guy's so good. It's just a straight up 2-for-1. Yep, sure. Yep, that's pretty cool. I like the way that works. It's really good. Is that basic or... No, yeah, it is basic. Okay. So he has a burn in his hand, but that's 3/3. Let's just go beat down. On top you go. Just gonna kill that. Okay, that's fine. I don't really mind about that. Yep, okay, plays the Tormented Ritualist again. Murmurs from the Void also helped me there in the fact that it meant that he couldn't... Right, I don't need that, so I'm going to make the Time Step Magistrate. And I'm also going to use his ability on Town Crier right away. Wow, that's bad. But it does get me through that screw, I suppose. So I'm just going to sacrifice the Murmurs from the Void now and take out some cards from his deck. And I got... Yeah, oh, I got 2 Arena Brawlers. That's quite cool. Okay, so his Ritualist will get in for 5 if he wants to. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's going to be very awkward. Yep, okay. Having to chuck my Repel there, especially since I drew 4 shards. I draw 5 shards in a row. How many shards have I got left in my deck? I've got 3 in my bin and 8 in play. I have 6 shards left in my deck and I'm not all the way through my deck yet. Funnily, I think I can actually still race here despite my deck crapping on me there. It's like, that's seriously bad. Got such a good start as well, and it just ended up with nothing. Okay, he attacks for 6, putting me to 8. Wow, jeez. Yeah, he's got the Orc deck with everything. Yeah, I just lose here, I think. I just lose here. That 5 shards in a row was just brutal. This guy's such a pain in the ass. Oh yeah, I can't block it, can I? Oh well. That was brutal. It's very rare that you draw 6 cards and your hand is worse for drawing those 6 cards. Right, so he's playing Orcs, so... Do I have anything which can deal with that? An Infiltrator. I don't think I do. I just think I have to not draw an absolutely terrible run of cards. I think that's pretty much the only thing I can do. I think boarding into an Orc deck with no removal. Well, having said that though, he doesn't seem to have that many creatures. And he bins off his own creatures. Do I go for it? I don't think I have to go for it. I think I just keep it as is. Yeah, I think I keep it as is. Because, again, at least I know what I'm up against this time round. So it shouldn't be too bad. I'll keep this because I've got a 2-drop. And unfortunately, he's seen the Fishersmith, so... It's now fairly obvious what I have. But yeah, that was awkward as hell. I shouldn't have used the Town Crier. It's like playing the Town Crier there was bad. Because I had 3 cards in my hand that I wanted, so what's the point in drawing the cards? Let's cast that. I'm gonna use Fisher Smith as a removal spell, basically. I highly doubt that it will matter, but we'll see. Because really, he should not attack into a Fisher Smith. So, oh, I'm gonna be stuck on my card that's my main card. Stuck on a colour that's my main colour. And now the phone rings. He may have just one of those Orc-style decks where... Come on. He may just have one of those Orc-style decks where... I think that I should really... Come to think of it now, because I have just no mana fixing whatsoever, I really should have gone with the... thinking about it, I really should have gone with the... Orc deck. Oh, Jesus, really? It's gonna be one of those. I bet you I get to cast this Time Wave before I draw a Diamond Shard. Or 2 Swift Strike, okay. He's actually got some really bad cards in his deck, but... Is he coming in with it? No, he actually knows what it is. That's fine though, it kept him from attacking for a couple of turns, so that is absolutely fine. And I can actually yep, thought as much. Brew. Yeah, actually, I'm just gonna let him. Yeah, this is why, like, orcs are generally a better plan, or would be a better plan for me. Let's just Time Wave. Gives me a little bit of time. No pun intended. But I'm just so far behind here now. So I am really badly far behind here. But 1 Diamond Shard fixes this. It's like 1 Diamond Shard fixes this. But of course, there will be no Diamond Shard in my future. I just can't do anything. I've just got to sit here until I draw a Diamond Shard. So unfortunately, I'm getting a little bit of a... I'm getting a bit of a hold up from... Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of a hold up from what happened last time. Okay, so he bins his Mentor to get a burn. So yeah, I now basically, I have to draw a Diamond Shard. Which is not really asking too much. I've had like a 25 to 30% chance to draw one every turn this game. So, you know, I don't really mind this because I can always kill it with Cannon Volley. Whatever. Just end up with a load of stuff I can't cast in hand. Now he can make his Fury of the Mountain God, which he obviously has in hand. No, it's just the 4-1. Okay. Yep, sure. Some guys I don't care about. Yep, sure. Again, guy I don't care about. It's like, please, can I have a diamond shard? Oh, come on! Yeah. So basically, your answer has been made for you this time round. Don't try and build tri-shard humans when you get no fixes, because this happens and you just end up losing. It's like I'm losing to terrible cards, but I am just going to lose because there is absolutely nothing I can do to stop this. Unless I draw a diamond shard, like right now, I cannot win this game. Holy crap! It only took me 16 cards to get into it. And I need to leave 2 up, so let's make the Vanguard on top of it. And I'll use Giles on her as well, so we've actually got a... and... Yeah, unfortunately, I kind of drew everything in the wrong order this game, which is a bit rubbish, but hey. Okay, he goes for it. And we shall repel it. Yep, so he's got a 4-2 with Swift Strike. That's a good draw. Let's give myself diamond. And we'll tap his dude. So I do apologise for getting a little bit over, shall we say just a little bit over well, not enthusiastic, but you get the idea. So 3, 6, 9. Okay, so he makes the regular. Let's see what I get here. A charge, good. So... and he just concedes, so... now I've got to think. I really have to think now. Yeah, I'd do it. We're doing it. We are changing deck completely because I don't think he has enough removal in his deck. Atrophy is fine. Brood Missionary is awesome against his deck. 2 Tormented Ritualists, 2 Ridge Raiders, 1 Thirst, 1 Skullcaster. So what's that? That's 25, but that includes the lands. Wrathseeker, Arena Brawler. I still want Giles Rowan. No, I don't want the Terrible Transfer. I want the Darkspire Tyrant. Everything's 1 ruby. 10-7 is fine. So yep, we are sideboarding into the Orcs deck. So this can only go well. But I think that it will make, you know, number one, it's going to be a little bit of a surprise for him. I'm going to draw again because, like, that hand was just awful. This hand is even worse. Yeah, it really is just unbelievable the just utterly crap draws I am getting here. So it's making a really, like, not too difficult, you know, what shouldn't be a difficult thing. It's making it incredibly... Oh my god. 11 shards left in my deck, and I'm already at, like, number 33. Okay, fine. It's like... Bad card is bad. Still not showing him the blood yet. There's no need to. Darkspire Punisher is 3 blood, but it does cost 5, so not really too upset about it. Okay, comes in for 1. A little bit of life drain, so it's not really too much of an issue. And he has nothing, so at least he's not putting pressure on us, so we can at least build our board. Okay, so secret's out. Let's make the reactor bot. You know, this guy's a 3-3 for the next few turns anyway. Wait, like, is he playing 5 colours? Maybe. His best turn there that he possibly could have had would have been... Killipede, really? Okay. That's hysterical. But I think that that can die before it does any damage, and I could have used Atrophy. That wouldn't have been terrible, but then he could have just bagged off his giant mosquito to it, and I would have had to use Murder anyway, so I'm fine not using Murder there. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, Thirst is a good card. It's a really, really good card. Does he have any follow-up? No. Okay. I'm going to hold up. I'm not exactly under pressure here. Thirsty's like the perfect answer to reactor bot. Okay. Oh. I detect an error. Fail. And I get a Brood Missionary as well, which is brutal against his deck. This is like the sideboard card of everything against his deck. That's an Orc as well. Awesome. Oops, and I made a crack. I've made a cracking error already. It's like I might as well use Giles right away just so I've got a 3-1, but yeah, I missed out on 1 point of damage there. But blew him out quite badly. Okay, so he gets his second ruby. He makes Callous Awakener. Ah! An anti-human card. Of which I have none left. I mean, it's still fine anyway. What is he? He's a necrotic cleric. Okay, cool. Bolt. Make Ridge Raider. So he ended up with some pretty cool stuff there. He's got a Killipede and he's got a Fang. So he's definitely made the right decision going Orcs, put it that way. Wow, has he really got nothing? He must be flooded if that's the... I mean, I'm just attacking with two small boys here. Except they're not that small because of Giles and the fact that Ridge Raider has synergy with the regular. So that's a ritualist, okay. I'm going to feed the young ones on it because I don't want it getting up to like 3 toughness or anything like that. Green? Green's no good. I don't want any green going on here. Although I could actually make them, I could make them 1/1s using Giles. Yeah, I think this Orc deck's way better than the human deck. So I'm giving myself a tremendous disadvantage game 1. But then again, I am sideboarded massively against this deck. Especially since I've got Brood Missionary as well. It's like... things. Yep, okay. Giles it up, and we win round 1. So we've got to win 1 out of the next 3 now. So after that little bit, how long have we got left in round 1? 32 minutes. So we've got a long time left yet. So I will bid you adieu for round 1. Join me again in round 2 very shortly. So welcome back. We're now just about to start round 2. Remember, we are looking to get here. We're looking to get to 2 wins. Because if we get 2 wins, we get our alternate art Menacing, Gralks and Inquisitor, which is nice. The only real major jump then is if we get to 4 wins, which I don't really think this deck's capable of doing. There'll always be something like ridiculous when you're up in the sealed pool, and that's something why I've never really been a massive fan of sealed. Either in Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone or anything else, because it feels like sort of 60 to 80%, you know, something like 60% of your result is determined before you even play a game. And we're up against Dwarves, which is going to be a terrible matchup for me, I'm pretty sure. Mainly because I don't think I have enough removal to hold it back. I'll see what he has though, because he might not have what is necessary to take me out. We will see. If he has a million reactor bots, then obviously problems. We've got a good start here. We've raw dogged our 3 colours, so that usually means good things when you can do that. Okay, so he's got a tunneler. That could very easily be like the plus million bot, which I have very few answers to aside from yeah, aside from Repel. I don't really have an answer to that, but eh. Is he mono? Oh, he's got no an overtime bot, huh? I think it's important. If this is the overdriver, I think the overdriver's tunneling 4. So if that's the case, I'm gonna hold up. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. I'll see if I can get a freebie. He hasn't seen this, so, you know. I might be able to get a freebie here. Okay, so he gets a 1-1. And he has a technical genius, so things definitely happening. And he doesn't attack with his overtime bot, so maybe it's a bit too obvious what this guy is. So we're gonna make Vanguard. Yep, okay, you may draw a card. And let's make him bigger with Giles. You know what, I'm happy trading Fisher-Smith for either of his guys. So he's got a Scrap Tech Brawler. Okay, so this is going to be some unbelievably huge artifact coming down now. Mind Caller. Oh god, he's making stuff cost even less. Bombsmith kills my Fisher-Smith. I am fine with this. I am okay with that. That is fine. Okay, so he has a trick. I'm not going to block. That it? That's it. Okay, so not the worst. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And get ourselves sapphire, is it? Yeah. Okay, so that gets us dubs everything. Do I want to crackling bolt something? Answer that question's probably no. Attack for 3. And next turn I'm going to draw 3, discard 2, so we'll see how that goes. Or if I draw 2 casting cost human, I'm going to draw 4. I'll block the brawler. Or will I? No. No, I won't. No, 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 no. Come back. Oh, shaz, but I can't do that. Okay. Damn it. That wasn't too clever. Okay, never mind. Shield Trainer's good, though. And let's do some crying. Awesome. Discard these 2. And in for 3. I think next turn we pretty much just win. If I maybe should have kept the Ruby Shard and ditched the reactor bot there. You know what? I'm not going to block. I am still racing you perfectly fine here. So, things I can do here. Make a Phoenix Guard Messenger. Sure. Make a reactor bot. And I'm actually going to kill, or am I? No, I'm just going to go to the attack phase. And he concedes. Okay, so I'm actually going to stick with the deck that I have, I think, first up here. Because the Orc deck has 2 murders in, neither of which I can use against artifacts, and I think that might be a big deal. Also, he doesn't have any Orcs in, so I can't use the Missionary. Having said that, though, this guy would work, this guy would work. Terrible Transfer would work. Tormented Ritualist is... Having said that, though, he's got Bombsmith, so Tormented Ritualist isn't really that good under that circumstance. I think I'm actually just happy with where I'm at this point. Look, Thirst and Atrophy are both fine again. Should be both fine against him as well. I think I'm okay with it as is. If he brings in a ton of anti-human stuff, I will switch out, but I think I'm okay as is. So, we're one win away from our... God, some people have won 2-0 already. That's really bad. We are one win away from our alternate art Xentoth Inquisitor. Perfection. Wow, that is really good. He's kept though, so he could definitely have a very good hand. He didn't have a very good hand last time. He mulliganed to 6 and then bad stuff happened, so... And he's got an Electroid, so okay. What does he need for that? He needs to control 4 or more dwarf or bots. Okay, cool. Now, I'm not going to play this guy until I have his threshold, so... We'll just see how fast he can come out of the blocks here. If he comes out ridiculously fast, then I'm going to be in trouble. But it looks like he's not, and I do have Buccaneer up and various other things, so... Awesome. Let's make a Herald. And he peaks, okay. Like, you may draw a card. With this, I am fine. To be honest, I would not have played humans if I hadn't have got 2 of this. It's like, getting 2 Royal Heralds is ridiculous. Yep. What's that? That's 1 to use. Okay. Make a backup Royal Herald. And I will get Ruby. Really depends if he's got something which can blow me out. If he doesn't, then... Okay, so he's got a tunneler. Okay, let's ditch this for... that. Immortal Tears is really good for the way it also, like, helps your man development, but... oh... brutal. Okay, War Prodigy! Yeehaw! My guys are large McHuge. And in for 10. And he is chumping, and I am not surprised. But that also puts his Electroid back. Yeah, the fact this guy's 5'5" now as well. It's, Yeah, I mean, that is one of the things. It's like he is sitting on counter magic, but, you know, you can't play around rares all the time. And that is, you know, he's saying his hand is all counters, so. My board is pretty well set. So there we go. And that's actually one of the reasons why counter magics on a whole, especially in limited, can be very, very... they can be very... how can I put this? They're very high risk, because at best they're 1-for-1s. And the fact is that if you get stuck... And I think I mentioned this when I was playing on the stream recently in the sort of in the big event that happened recently, the 5 shards event, when I was playing against a tempo deck. The only time that counter spells are good in that deck is when you're ahead, because the deck doesn't actually have a way of killing stuff once it's on board, so counter spells just are horrendous when they're in hand. So, therefore, and especially in limited, I feel that you're always better off avoiding counter magics. Maybe have 1 or 2 in your deck to stop people's like ridiculous bombs, but because he didn't play anything on turn 3 there, he put up a huge flag that he probably has a counter magic there. So I was never going to run my guy in. I was never going to run into a counter magic there. And that's a real problem with playing that way. Especially if you're playing with things like Electoid, which mean that you have to dedicate stuff to the board. So, I don't know, maybe he didn't have the pull to build anything else, but I honestly think that counter spells aren't really where you want to be going in limited, unless you have a super, super, super control-y deck. Like, if you're looking at the Blood Ruby deck that we can sideboard into for this event, you will be amazed at what that thing can, you know. If I went, say, Sapphire Ruby instead, I would play counter magics in that deck because there's so much removal. So I would literally just play, like, 8 or 9 really good guys, and the rest would be counter spells and removal. And they're the only times where I really want to play counter magic in limited. Anyway, guys, that is only 15 minutes into the round. It was 2-0, so once again, thanks to the magic of editing, you are not going to see anything until round 3 now. But we've got where we wanted to right at the start. We're at 2 match wins, so I've got my Gralk and my Inquisitor, and we're actually on course for another... we're actually on course for potentially going 4-0 here. I still don't think the deck's 4-0 quality. I think that it's probably 3-1. I think 3-1 would be a decent result for it. Would just still be 8 packs, and that would basically mean, because I'm limited by Shattered Destiny packs at the moment, not set 1 packs, I would actually, yeah, I would actually be free rolling the next 2 tournaments based on that. And I think I'm going to play in 4 of these in total over the next sort of 2 days or so. So what I'm hoping to do the next 4 days is end up with 4 of each of the Gralk and the Inquisitor. If I can't do that, what I will probably do is I will liquidate the alternate art ones, because they go for 1,000 plat each. So, you know, I'll just make the equivalent of $60 and just use that to invest in Shattered Destiny. I might do that anyway. Because I'm not really... I used to be, when I played Magic, I used to be someone who did an awful lot of collecting. I had a massive foil collection and all the rest of it. This game, I can take it or leave it based on it. At the moment, what I'm more interested in is having the cards. And I've got my first Darkspire Tyrant, and I am probably going to keep that, because Darkspire Tyrants are currently ridiculously expensive. But one thing I will be doing, I might do a video on this actually. I'm going to do a comparison on the, I'm going to do a run on the auction house and see whether it's worth it to buy cards at the moment. My instinct is it isn't, because there is still like, Shattered Destiny is a smaller set than set 1, and the rares are going, rares and legendaries are going for way more than anything in set 1 ever went for. So I basically think it's probably best to wait until the new year. There's not really any big tournaments going down at the moment, and really there's only 2 or 3 rares that you need at the moment. If you look at the decks which top 8'd, there's only really Darkspire Tyrant, Hope Heart Unicorn, and maybe 1 or 2 other blood rares that are really worth it at the moment. The Sensei, but again, I don't want, I'm not paying 1500 platinum for the Senseis. But anyway, that is a discussion for another time. This is the end of round 2, and we'll be back for round 3.